Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about filter operator. The filter operator allows you to control which values emitted by the source or input observable are passed down the stream. To use the filter operator, you need to provide it with a function that returns a boolean. If the function returns true, the respective value is allowed to pass through. Otherwise, the value is filtered out. So let's start by looking into some examples. Let's say you have an observable that emits values from 1 to 6. And from the observer point of view, you are only interested in the even numbers. In such a case, you can use filter operator to have the values 2, 4 and 6 be received by the observer. So how this will work is, the value 1 will be emitted by the observable. Does this value satisfy the condition provided by a filter operator? It doesn't, right? So your observer will not receive any value at this point. The second value, 2, does it satisfy the condition? Yes, because it's an even number. In such scenario, your observer will now receive the value. Similarly, 3, it doesn't satisfy the condition. So your observer will not get this value. 4 satisfies the condition. Thus, this value will be received by the observer. 5, it again doesn't. Finally, 6, it satisfies the condition as it's an even number. And the same will be received by the observer. Now let's try to code this example. So we have a very basic index.html file. In here we are using RxJS version 7. And we are using Tailwind CSS just for styling purpose. We also created an empty JavaScript file and we have referred to the same in here, right? Hit save. As in the browser, since there is nothing in here, no values are emitted. I'll just close this file for now. We'll first start by creating the observable, and for the same, we'll use the of creation operator. First, let us import the same. Of, and we'll name our observable number. All right, from of, the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We could have also used from operator with an array, does the same job, right? Next, we'll create our observer. For now, let us only use the next one, which will receive the value, and we'll just log the same. Right? Finally, it's our subscription mechanism. We'll like number dot subscribe and pass the observer. Hit save. And as you can see, let me just increase the font in here. Great. Now, as you can see in the browser, we receive the value as it is. But as we discussed, we are interested in even numbers. And for the same, what we will use is filter operator. First, we'll start by importing the same. Filter operator, you can import directly from RxJS. As stated in earlier video, you don't need to import it from RxJS operators, rather you can directly import it from the library if you're using RxJS 7 version. I'm not exactly sure of the previous versions, so do check how to import before using the operators. So we'll start with filter operator. As we know, the operators lie in between our observable and observer. So before subscribing, we'll use the operator. In order to apply the operators, what we need is the pipe method available to all the observables. Dot pipe, and the operator we need to pass is filter. Now let's pass our function in here. It will receive the value emitted by our source observable. Let us call as num. If it satisfies the condition that it's an even number. Right? Only if it's an even number, then it should be passed down the stream, and your observer, as a part of your next notification, we will receive those values. Hit save, head to the browser. As you can see, only the even numbers are being received by your observer. Now, before we head to another example, what we'll do here is, instead of using of operator, let's use a normal observable. I just want to show you how a complete or error notification behaves in case of filter operator. And that filter operator only modifies your next notification. It doesn't change anything related to your error notification or complete notification, right? So instead of what we'll use is observable. New observable, and the same we need to import it. Subscriber, and let us quickly write it down. Subscriber.next one. Just copy paste it 6 times. Hit save. It behaves exactly the same. So what I will do here is, after this particular notification, I will send out an error notification, right? Subscriber.error. Let's just say that something went wrong. That's all. Okay. And let us also have a cleanup function. We'll just write cleanup. Okay. And in here, we'll have our error handler. Console.log error. Hit save. As you can see, the first value was emitted, doesn't satisfy the condition, so the observer didn't receive it. The second satisfied the condition, you can see the value. Similarly for 4, after 4, an error was emitted, right? Because of that error, all these values are not emitted by the observable, and thus your observer only received the next notification till 4, and filter operator is only applied to your next notification. Afterwards, there was an error that we have thrown here manually, because of which our error handle gets that values and logs the same. And finally, the cleanup is executed. Okay. So when an error is emitted, your filter operator has nothing to do with it. Finally, let's talk about the unsubscribe method. So what we'll do in here is, we know that our filter operator will return an observable, right? So let's try to collect the same. Const modified number, or let's say even observable, right? Even observable is this one, and we subscribe to the same. Hit save, and the same is reflected in here. But now I'll just comment out this error notification, so we can see 2, 4, and 6 being logged out. Now, instead of sending this value synchronously, we'll send it out after, let's say, 4 seconds. So we'll use set timeout for it. Set timeout. We'll use after 4 seconds, emit this value. Hit save. We'll see 2 and 4. And then after a while, we'll see the other value. Now in between this, what I want to do is unsubscribe this modified observable. So as to unsubscribe, let us capture the subscription that is done, and we'll use set timeout. And within 2 seconds, let's just unsubscribe. Right? Hit save. You can see 2, 4. And after 2 seconds, you will see that unsubscribe method will be invoked, resulting to which the cleanup method will be invoked. So when you call unsubscribe method, right, it's not that only this observable will be affected. The source observable will also be, and that's the reason this cleanup function was invoked. Let's code one more example. For now, I will just, let's say, comment this things out. Great. Now, I have created an object called as the products, and it has certain values, name, category, and price. Okay. I think around 5 or 6 are present in here. And what we want to do is an observable will emit this value, consider collecting from the DB or from an API call, right? And we are only interested with the products that have category as electronics. And right now, I guess only these two have. Okay, let's code the same. We'll write const. Let's call it as products observable. And we'll use from operator. And to use the same, we have to import it. We have imported the from creation operator, and in here we'll pass down products. Okay, we already have this observer and we'll use the same. Just copy paste it here. Okay, and we'll do products dot subscribe, pass on the observer. Okay, hit save. Okay, we have to use the observable here. Hit save. As you can see, all those values are being emitted here. Now we are only interested with the products that have category as electronics. So in here, we'll use the pipe operator. Dot pipe filter product. What condition is to satisfy is that product dot category should be electronics, right? Hit save. Now you can see that only those products having electronics as the category are being received by your observer. So that's it. That's all about filter operator. Use it whenever you want to have your observer receive values based on certain conditions, filtering out the values. Okay. I hope you got an understanding of how to use this operator. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, happy coding.